Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Cloud, and welcome to my personal VOD reviews of Locals. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Game 2 of Week 2 of the OP11 Meta, where I played Green Yellow Yamato versus Red Yellow Belo Betty. Here's the deck list that I played in this match, and if you haven't already done so, please go check out the Locals retro video I made that covers this deck list and my overall thoughts on how Locals went this week. Without further ado, let's hop into the game. Alright, we've got game number 2 for week 2 of the OP11 meta. I'm playing Green Yellow Yamato versus Red Yellow Belo Betty. Another very strong leader coming into the OP11 meta. Belo Betty's just been able to deal with the blue-purple Lofi matchup and some other matchups very well thanks to her explosive aggressiveness. This is going to be another hard matchup for me since Yamato doesn't do too well into aggro decks, but we'll see how it goes. While we're shuffling here, quick shout out to my opponent Migs, repping the beautiful Corgi playmat, which I always love to see. He's been a Belo Betty main for a while now, so happy to see him back on the deck now that she's in the spotlight. Let's go into the dice roll here. I roll a 10. And my opponent is going to roll a 2, so I get to pick. Knowing that my opponent is an aggro deck, I think I actually want to take away first for Belo Betty because again, Belo Betty can just explode, giving her characters plus 3000 power all of a sudden, so yeah. I'm gonna go first. I think this is a smart choice, being able to take away the first attack, and hopefully, you know, push my own advantage with my aggro. Let's take a look at our hand here. Oh man, that is rough. Alright, we've got 1 cost Gum Gum Elephant Gatling, 2 Hody Jones, a 2 cost Izo, and a 0 cost You're the One Who Should Disappear. Let's do our counter check. We've got a 1k and a 3k. So this hand is not looking good at all. Just only 4k counter in hand against a deck that's going to be very aggressive. This is not what I like to see. I actually kind of want more 1ks and 2ks at the moment, so counter is not looking too hot. Looking at the cards themselves, yeah, the only card I'm really happy to see right now is the Izo. Just like my other videos, I really like to see the Izo because it can serve as a chunk blocker if I'm able to get 2 Dawn on it. And it gives my leader Banish, so being able to just go for a early double attack Banish will be very strong. But other than that, I do not like this hand at all, and I would probably mulligan it. If I keep it, I would be thoroughly surprised. Yeah, it's not a great hand. 2 Hody Jones, they're just bricks, and I have no other plays, so yep, makes sense that we're mulliganing here, and it looks like my opponent is also mulliganing, so we're gonna speed this back up. I think I am looking for the Yamato Searcher. A blocker would actually be really nice as well, so whether it's the Izo or my 5 cost Momonosuke, but anything that can help me, you know, fight in the early game is going to be really good. We get our hand and we set up our lives. Let's take a look at our hand here. Oops. Just bump to start the game. Okay, we'll start there. Let's look at our hand. We've got 4 cost Kikunojo, 2 cost Hiyori, 4 cost Hiyori, 7 cost Hody Jones, and 1 cost Momonosuke. Let's do our counter check. We've got a 2k, 1k, and a 1k. So we still have 4k counter, but at least it's spread out, right? We've got 1ks to deal with some of the 5k swings I might experience for early on, and at least 1 2k to maybe get out of a 6k swing. So even though the counter count is low, at least it is 1ks and 2ks that I'm going to be needing to use pretty early. Looking at the cards, I'm happy to see the Momonosuke. I mean, it is a searcher, but it's unfortunate that I'm going first. I only have 1 Dawn, so I won't be able to search with it immediately, but I can get it out on board without worrying that my opponent is going to KO it. Besides that, I am happy to see my Hiyori and Kikunojo combo right here. So if I'm able to get my opponent down to 3 or less life, I'll be able to use the Hiyori to set up my life with the Kikunojo trigger and be able to, you know, take a hit without feeling too bad about it. It's also really good that I am seeing the Hody Jones right here, so I won't have to search for that later. Might come in handy if I need to rest my opponent's board and go for some rush attacks. But let's see how the game goes. 1 Dawn, and I'm just gonna play the Momonosuke. Pass to my opponent, draw for turn. They're gonna go up to 2 Dawn. They're gonna tap 2 Dawn, and they're gonna play out, oh my gosh, Kuma. This was something I was not expecting, or more like I kind of forgot about it. Let's just look at Kuma real quick. Bartholomew Kuma is a 2-cost 2k strike character with 1k counter that says on play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 2000 or less. So yeah, I was not expecting that to come out so early. KOing my searcher really sucks for me. Alright, going back to me, I draw for turn. It is the 1-cost Yamato, and I go up to 3 Dawn. I could use the Yamato to search right now. That would be pretty good, but looks like we're opting to go for a 8k double attack. And oh man, my opponent luckily triggers out the, what is this? Emporio Energy Hormone. How lucky. This card is a 3-cost counter event that says up to one of your leader or characters gains plus 3000 power during this battle, then play up to 1 character card with the Revolutionary Army type with 5000 power or less from your hand. But the trigger that we care about right now is that it allows him to play up to 1 character card with the Revolutionary type with 5000 power or less from his hand. So he's able to cheat out the Lindbergh really early. So that's really bad news for me. Yep, couldn't do anything about that, but my opponent is now at 2 life, so my leader ability is online, and hopefully I can maybe set up a Kikunojo later on. Pass back to my opponent, they're now at 4 Dawn. Let's see what they're gonna do here. They're going to go 5k into my leader. This is a very good number. I have to give up a 1k, and there we go, give it up to defend. Trying to stay healthy as long as possible while they're just swinging kind of low. I'm gonna tap 1 Dawn and play the Belo Betty Searcher, looking at the top 5 of his deck for a Revolutionary Army type. And they're going to pick Karasu, a very good card, a very scary card. So gotta be mindful of that. 3 Dawn left. Let's see what they're gonna do with that. Here's the problem with that earlier trigger. If my opponent decides to use Belo Betty's effect, this is going to gain +3 and +3 here. So I'm going to have to deal with a 5k and a 8k swing potentially. That's going to be really bad for me. And there we go. Uses Belo Betty's leader ability, gives his Revolutionary Armies or triggers plus 3000 power, up to 3 of them. And now I'm going to have to deal with these really large swings. We're going to start off with a 6k at my life. And knowing that I have an 8k swing coming at me next, I think I should probably counter out of this hit while I can. I don't want to be taking 2 life at the moment. So I would think I should counter, but I can see why I'm hesitating. It means I'm going to have to give up my Hiyori, which means that I won't be able to set up the Kikunojo in life. This is a really tough position for me, but I think I made the right decision here, countering out for 2. Because now if they hit me for 8, I will just take it and I'll at least be at 3 life still. And they're choosing to go 10k, wow. And I just take it. It is the, you're the one who should disappear. Fortunately, it's not my last life, so can't use its trigger, but that's okay. Going back to my turn, I go up to my 5 Dawn turn, and fortunately we drew an Izo on time, so I give my leader Banish. And we're going to go a solid 8k double attack banish at my opponent. They're going to give me 2 2ks. And because my opponent is at 3 or less life, I will use leader ability to attach 2 Dawn to my Izo and make it a blocker. Normally I would have gone after board instead of going after my opponent's life, especially with his Lindbergh on the field. But because my leader has banish, right, I don't want to waste that. And might as well just try to tax my opponent's hand here. This might have been a mistake. Going after board is usually the game plan. Now I have to deal with 3 attackers here, knowing Belo Betty's leader ability. So, kind of rough. My opponent is now at 6 Dawn. If they drop the Karasu here that they picked up earlier, that would be pretty devastating for me. My leader would go down to 4k, and I would have to deal with a potential 8k swing here, 5k swing here, and another 5k swing here, plus leader. And I do not have the counter for that. My opponent's going to start off with a 6k swing with leader. Let's see what I choose to do. I don't believe I have much counter in hand at the moment. And I'm choosing to block. Alright, so even though it was only a 6k swing, the reason why I wanted to block is because he has Lindbergh on the field. So if we read Lindbergh, Lindbergh is a 4 cost, 5k power special character with 1k counter that says, when attacking, if this character has 7,000 power or more, KO to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less. And so as you can see here, he just used leader ability to give his Lindbergh plus 3,000 power in his other cards. He would have been able to KO my blocker, so I just wanted to be able to get the value out now. My opponent's going 5k here, which I end up taking. And then another 6k right now at me. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the 0 cost event to get out of this. And then they're going to go 8k at me. So counter out of the lower hits and then just take the larger hit. My opponent's then going to use the last 3 Dawn to play out Karasu. Whew. This is a very fast game. You can see how rough it is for me right now. Their low, power swings are just really taxing my hand. And I just have nothing to answer with, really. I'm now at 7 Dawn. I definitely don't want to be playing Hody here. That means I'd take my last life, and I can maybe clear 2 units on board, but then I'm open for just a large number of swings. It also sucks that my opponent now has the Karasu blocker, so now it's going to be harder for me to get through and even KO one of his characters. Looking at my hand, I think I just have to go for the Yamato play first. You just play it out, go searching, see if I can find an answer. But, oh, okay, we're going to go 6k to the Kuma, 6k to Kuma, which he just lets go. Kind of slow there. And then I'm going to tap 1 Dawn to play Yamato and go searching. So, looking at the cards, I mean, I found a 2k, which I can take. But that's pretty much it. I could potentially take the Hiyori, which I am going to do here. Yep. The Hiyori will let me cheat out a 5 cost or less character, and I have the 5 cost Momonosuke blocker in hand, so I think I'm doing this to be able to just do that, be 1 Dawn efficient, and be able to draw a card. So, and unfortunately, it's a Hody Jones. Oh man, just drawing more bricks. 3 Hody Jones in hand? That's crazy. Oh well. The Momonosuke did let me heal my Yamato in life though, so now I'm at 2 life, but I only have 4 cards in hand, and one of them is the 0 cost event, so I only have 3k counter. Only 1 Dawn up. I think I'm really just hoping to hit my Gum Gum Elephant Gatling, if I can see it in my last life here. But this is going to be rough. My opponent is now at their 8 Dawn turn. They can easily put down that Karasu, which I know is still in hand, making my leader a 4k power. And then I'm just going to have to deal with a lot of swings. Yeah. This is terrible for me. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. They're going to start off by tapping 1 and play out Raise Max. Okay, I think Raise Max reduces my character's power by 3,000. So now my character only has 3,000 power, my blocker. Yep, Raise Max. Gonna use leader ability, giving all of his characters plus 3k since they're Rev Army type and they have trigger. Or they have trigger. Now here's the problem. The Lindbergh will be able to KO my blocker. So yeah, my opponent is gonna go 9k at me and KO the blocker I had. So there goes that. I don't have enough counter here, so Let's see. I'm just thinking about it right now. Just because trying to figure out how much power he's got left. It's going to be a lot, honestly. Trying to see if there's any avenue for me to survive. I can't counter this, so I will take the hit. Now I have 4k counter in hand, but my opponent still has a 5k swing right here and a 7k swing right there. But they're going to start off with an 8k swing with leader. Another good number to hit me with because I have to give up 2Ks to get out of this at minimum. Right now in my hand, I only have 0 cost and the Yamato, so I have to give up 3 cards in order to counter out of this to go up to 9k. And I probably should, because if I take this hit... Oh, okay. Alright, I'm taking this hit. That was a little bit risky, because now they can just go all in here. They're going to go 7k at me. I have to give up 2 cards from hand to get out of this. And then they have an 8k swing left. So there's a world where I survive. And that's if he does not attach his Dawn. So I'm going to give up the 0 cost event and a Hody Jones, excuse me, to go up to 8k, get out of that. 4 cards left. If my opponent chooses to swing 7 here, I'm safe. But if they go 1 Dawn up, then they're going to be at 8k and I cannot counter that. I'm spreading my hand here, hoping for the bluff that I got 2 more cards, 4 cards in hand here. What are the chances, right? And they go 8k at me, and unfortunately I do not have the counter. So my opponent wins and I take the loss. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think there was much I could do this game. I just kind of got ran down, honestly. Belo Betty's power is just really crazy, being able to buff characters up to 5,000 or more, just thanks to leader ability. The early Lindbergh trigger really sucked for me. Maybe I should have dealt with that right away. Like the turn where I played down the Izo, maybe I should have just done 8k to the Lindbergh and then just used 2 Dawn to set up the blocker. This way, it would have been 1 less attacker, and I would have a blocker to kind of deal with another swing. Even though I'm wasting the banish, I think dealing with the board was more important than going for life after looking at this game. Oh well. So, like usual, let me know if maybe there was another play I could have done in the comments below, but otherwise, GG's to Migs. Congrats on the win, and I will see everyone else in the next game. Until next time, remember, keep your minds fresh and your spirits free. See ya.